Hey guys, Waxberry here, and today I'm going to be making a follow-up video to my video about Diluc. I'm going to be explaining everything we know about him currently, including the manga chapters, as well as the in-game story provided in the profile section. So when we read the manga chapters, we can see that Diluc, he is a descendant of the Maraudon people, which are a race of people with fiery red hair. They're like a warrior tribe, and then one of the members of the Maraudons, which was Vanessa, her alongside Venti, they helped conquer the corrupt government in Moonstad a long time ago, and Vanessa became a hero, and at the end of her life she entered into Celestia. So sometimes it shows that Vanessa, she leaves Celestia as in the form of an eagle to watch over Moonstad. I think that's why they have eagle land on Diluc's arm to represent Vanessa. But yeah, Diluc, he was known as a very talented member of the Knights ever since he was young. He joined the Knights of Avonius at the age of 10, and he became a captain at the age of 14. So this is actually his father's dream, because his father was never able to join the Knights of Avonius, but he always wanted to, but his son didn't only join it, but he was one of the most talented members to ever join the Knights. So this is all going good for Diluc till he came of age, and one day when he and his father and some knights were on the road, they were attacked by a extremely powerful monster, and they weren't able to defeat it, but his father was able to defeat it with a strange power, and the power backfired on his father and killed him. So when Diluc reported this event to the Knights, they actually told him to conceal what actually happened and give a cover-up story saying it was just an unfortunate accident, because they said if it was discovered that the Knights were too weak to protect his father, and that his father, a mere businessman, was able to defeat the monster instead of them, it would make them look bad. So this angered Diluc, and he ended up leaving the Knights after that. So when he left the Knights, he went on a journey through Teyvat for 4 years to find the source of the power that killed his father. So he ended up finding the source of the power was something called a delusion, which is a fake vision created by the Fatui, and it has the power to amplify someone's powers to the extreme, but has a chance of backfiring and killing them. So this is the power that his father used, but Diluc still wasn't sure how his father even obtained a delusion or why he was using this. But Diluc said he might never know since his father died. Hopefully this is revealed later in the story. But as Diluc found out the source, the reason why his father died was because of Fatui. He was going against the Fatui and taking out some of their numbers, and the Harbingers took notice of Diluc and tried to kill him. But Diluc was saved because of a third-party observer who was part of an underground intelligence network, which is they actually approved of what Diluc was doing, and Diluc actually joined their group, and he was able to rise in ranks in this group, and he's actually working with them now instead of the Knights of Avonius to do good in his perspective and to protect Moonstad. So after 4 years, he returned to Moonstad and took over as owner of the Dawn Winery once again, and he's called the Uncrowned King of Moonstad. So as you know, I'm sure you know, Diluc he's like modeled after Batman. You know, he's rich, he's called the Dark Knight, and he fights to protect the city behind the scenes. Even his constellation is an owl, so it's a nocturnal bird. So to show more, he's a Dark Knight, right? But some really interesting things about Diluc in the manga is that at first he left his vision. He got rid of it actually after he left the Knights of Avonius, but as you know, he got it back once he returned to Moonstad. And one of the Harbingers met with Diluc, which is Dotor. He met with Diluc and Kaya because he wanted Moonstad to establish relations with the Fatui, as a lot of other nations had already been establishing connections with the Fatui as they were scared of their power. But they rejected their proposal, and Dotor took special notice of Diluc's vision and said it was strange compared to everyone else's vision. And when he looked at Diluc's vision, he said he sees a bright future ahead of him. Which, as you know, Dotor's, if you read the manga, he's obviously an evil person. So I'm not too sure what he means by that. About Diluc's vision, not everything's explained about it yet. It's like a little mystery, so hopefully they dive more into it in future chapters. They're still posting chapters on the website. But also, another strange thing about Diluc's vision is that there was this girl that killed some diplomats in Moonstad named Kolei, and she used the power of a delusion just like Diluc's father. And Kolei, she was basically a victim of unfortunate circumstances, being abused by people. And when the knights were trying to kind of protect her, and so they used Diluc to kind of lead the people away from her trail, but Diluc ended up using some of the powers of a delusion to lead the people off of her trail. So I'm not sure why he was able to do that unless he's using, the same delusion. Because I remember his father, he was going to give Diluc his vision, which is on the glove, which he ended up not giving Diluc because he ended up dying, but he said, I guess you won't need this, right before he died. So I'm not too sure what that's about either, so I guess that's another mystery in the story. But yeah, Diluc's a really interesting character. There's a lot left to his story that is not finished yet, so I definitely hope that they don't only put it in manga form but also in game and basically complete his arc. I'm sure there's a lot of cool things they can do with him. He's basically like an anti-hero with Kaya, but yeah, that's all we know about him so far. If they release more updates about his story, I'll definitely make a follow-up to this. I'm going to be explaining more characters from now on, so I'm going to be moving on from Diluc to other characters. If you guys have any specific characters you want me to explain, just let me know in the comments. I only have 6 subscribers right now, so if you it definitely would help if you guys like the video, comment on it, or subscribe to the channel. And also, on top of explaining characters, I would also like to explain stories as well in the game, these books. So there's a whole bunch of them, and they're kind of tedious to read. So if you guys want me to explain these, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to explain all these stories so you guys don't have to go and read these. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and Waxberry out.